Pasha Paroh Y Net 7. Thank you for tuning. So everybody behind closed doors talks about how they want change. And then in public, they don't say nothing. So there's no change. So a catalyst for this is going to be the women of society. Because in order to control a population, or the easiest way to control a population, if you're an invading force, right? Think about it. You don't have to actually invade the country, the nation, the population. You simply invade the minds of the nation's women because they control the minds of the men that don't control their own mind. I was looking up some stuff today. I got another video coming for you, so stay tuned for that. Help you entertain you on what you think is your government a little bit. But for right now, the minds. If you corrupt the minds of the women, you corrupt the nation. The majority of it anyway. Because most men just want a woman. Any woman, sometimes. So let's take a look at it. Pasha, what you talking about? We've heard you say this a couple times, different ways. What are you talking about? Well, let's look at this little website. Not that they're experts or anything in a topic. But this is from lovepanky.com or whatever. But the title came up as What Do Women Want in a Man? 41 traits that make a guy very desirable. So what's the problem, Pasha? This has got to be true. I mean, it's blah 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 blah, right? So I'm not debating on if it's true or not. I'm here to debate the fact of the difference between what's true for an American and what's true for a United States citizen and why there's this divide. So a woman wants a man who can respect her. Okay, the word respect means relate. So that means that if you are an advocate, if you are a front person for the United States system of control, then that means you can only be feeling respected if someone adheres to the programming that you've undergone. Because if their actions don't match your programming, you're gonna feel disrespected or you're gonna feel like you can't relate. So American mentality men can't have quality relations with US minded women for that reason. Because there's so many deviances between the true culture and the programs. A man that can truly love her. Well, the word love, we know, for those that's been with the channel for a while, we know love actually is Proto-Germanic lubo, which means a different grade. So you can't love them, each other. Actually, it's not a verb, it's a noun, but you can't be in love with each other if you're not the same or equal. So we have different jurisdictions, story of Romeo and Juliet, all this bullshit. You've heard this over and over again in life. It doesn't work. It doesn't end very well. A man who can protect her. See, that's the dumbest shit ever because they only they only want to be protected in the spaces that they want to be protected in, right? Meaning, like, she might want to walk down the street and be disrespectful in some way, shape, or form, for lack of a better description. And then, or she might want to walk down the street and if something happens, expect you to just, stand up, which is okay, right? You kill a dude, you go to jail, she's gonna get the next dude. She feels protected because what if she won't protect, the next person will, right? But as soon as you go to say, hey, look, I need you to think like this, I need you to act like this because I'm protecting your mind. Oh no, you don't fit the programming installed in them by the US corporation. So now you can't possibly be who she needs to be with, right? Because you're asking her to change how she think, which changes everything. Okay. A man that she can look up to. What does it say here? Uh, all men have their own role models. Da, 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 da. So again, if you don't fit the programming of the United States, the average woman in some way, shape, or form won't be able to fully look up to you because you're not going to meet the expectations because you are real and they are legal fiction. All right. So a passionate man, that's false because you can only be passionate about, again, things that they look up to you being passionate for, which goes back to, again, what the programming put into their mind on what a man should be passionate about. Can she trust and depend on? She's not going to trust or depend on any of you more than the government. That's why when they go to get divorced, who they go to? The government. When they go to take the kids from you, who they go to? The government. When they go to take your house from you, the government. When they go to say anything, they're going to the government because they don't trust you more than they trust the government or who you think the government is. The United States corporation. Chivalrous, whatever. Skip that. Groom, a man who can groom himself. They done took society from saying a man has testosterone and that causes hair growth. They got you shaving your face, your chest, and your balls. Enough said. Why? Because they feel safer with an effeminate looking man. When you go and study the politicians running for campaigns and presidents and CEOs of companies, they tell you that the reason they keep a clean shaven face is because they appear to be more trustworthy, not that you can trust them more. Why? They feel safer. A man who can dream. Martin Luther King had a dream, and everybody's living that nightmare right now because you don't know what the fuck the dream was, and you don't know what the ramifications of it was. Why? Probably because the US programming in your woman told you, don't worry about that. This is what it is. Look at what we got when everything was really taken from you. Honesty. They can't respect honesty because they lying to themselves. Again, this is Miss America versus Miss United States. Empathy and compassion. Again, you can only be empathetic and compassionate against what fits their programming. Look at these groups. Look at these advocates, activists, alphabet groups. You can only be empathetic and compassionate to them. Because why? Because that's what the US is giving funding for. Self-love, that's out the window. You can't be a United States citizen and say you have self-love unless you are admitting that you're ignorant to your status, because if you knew what your status was, you would know that you aren't loving yourself by giving yourself away in such a manner. You don't even know you prostituted. Assertiveness. Oh, you can only be assertive in the direction and applications that the US programming says you should be assertive, or else you're not a man. You're a pain in the ass. See, you can only go and tell the people around the corner what the fuck you think about, and they better not ever. But you can't talk to the police that way, because baby, we need you to go to work tomorrow so that you can come back home and bring this check, so that when you die or when we get ready to divorce you, we can have a house to take from you. We'll give you the emotionally attached bullshit of, oh, you're doing this for your family. No, you're fucking doing it for the United States corporation. And your woman is your spokesperson, your personal handler in most cases. A man they can connect with emotionally. Emotions have been weaponized by the United States mentality. That's why when you talk to most men that are in relationships, they be like, "Oh man," they just sit there and just say, "Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm." Then I go and talk. Then they go and talk to the dudes, and they got all these fucking complaints. Why? Why are you complaining? Because you can't change her fucking mind. Because she don't trust you more than the government, and blah blah. All the list of everything that we just went over, and we'll go over some more here. But you stay in the situation. And again, this ain't every single man. But if it wasn't, our country would be different. Our nation would be different. The economy would be different. The power scales would be different. Connect in bed, yeah, okay, that's basic shit. Romance, whatever the fuck it, basic shit, fucking kindergarten and shit. Bring me flowers, do this, do that, take me to the park, have a picnic. Shut the fuck up. How about we take back the nation? How about we talk about that? A man who can carry on a conversation. Can we talk about that? Can we talk about restoring power to the people? No, just what you got on your shopping list. Because see, you don't realize that no matter, oh, the restaurant, the this, the that, it's a shopping fucking list. Who's benefiting from that? The economy. Who running the economy? U.S. citizens. I mean, United States corporation. Yeah, so of course they got their little salespeople out in the field spending, making the money spent. But brainwash people, they don't really see it, or they see it and they don't do nothing about it. But yet, when somebody step on their shoe, they want to do something about that though. When the fucking shoes should be free. If your shoe was free and you could get 100,000 of them, you wouldn't have to go shoot your man at the club because he stepped on your fucking Nikes. But no, it's easier to kill the dude next door than it is to take back your nation. So the woman gonna support you shooting the man next door so she can call you, so you can call her, collect, and maybe she answer the phone from jail. Maybe she come give you a couple visits while you in jail. She gonna fuck the dude next door when you in jail. But you a man. You a man. A man who makes mistakes, or a man who makes her feel comfortable. Well, she only gonna feel comfortable with what the United States said defined as what comfortable should be in most cases. And again, like I said, this is not every single man, but it's a large fucking percentage of them, or else things will be different. And this ain't every single woman, But when we're talking about the United States mentality, it's all of them. Okay? Just so you got clarity. Confidence. The American is going to not satisfy the appeal of confidence to the United States mentality. The first thing the United States mentality says is, well, but what benefits do you have being American? Who the fuck asks for benefits? A man who loves what he does. Again, you can only be seen in that light if you match the programming. You see how simple this is? But y'all don't think. Y'all want direction. Y'all want somebody to tell you what to do. So the woman said this to some guru. The guru wrote a book. You read the book. Now you thinking you know what to do because what someone told you what to do instead of you looking at the shit and saying this fucking shit don't make any damn sense. Can you make her laugh? Everybody can make somebody laugh. How fucking dumb is that? Find out what she think is funny, and if you're that interested in, and make her fucking laugh. If that's your only hope, I mean, if you're not just naturally able to tell a joke or trip down the stairs and she laugh, whatever. Who the fuck cares? Like being envied. Okay, there go that comparison, competition. That's all US shit. Okay? A man who can appreciate her. You can't appreciate someone who don't know their true place in life. And that's what's really going on in the underpinnings of a lot of relationships, whether they think they're US citizens or Americans, is they're broadcasting a signal that says they don't appreciate who they are themselves. And they need all this extra shit, all these fucking gimmicks to feel better about themselves. You can't appreciate what you don't even know. Your husband, your significant other probably don't even really know who you really are. Because a lot of them women, US mentalities, they are only who they think you want to be in your presence. You don't really know who they are. You know who you're paying for them to be because it has a cost associated with that, and that's the US shit. And if the women are honest with themselves, they'll look at their lives right now and the shit that I'm saying, they might laugh because they know it's true. Be the man who makes her proud. Again, that's going to be defined by what the United States programming says she should be proud of. Because right now, we don't have a video, a couple of conversations in addition to that on the channel about the word proud meaning noble, excellent, splendid. But every time you do some noble, excellent, splendid shit, she telling you be humble, which means not proud. So shut the fuck up. Man who make her feel lucky. Dumb as shit. From a US, how you gonna do that to a US citizen? A man who's loved by her family and friends. Are they US citizens? Then they probably gonna they might tolerate you if you're American. They might like certain parts of you. They might, but they're not going to truly love you because you're gonna be in conflict with each other. And I'm not saying it's gonna be the battles, the blows, the gunshots, but you're gonna be in conflict with each other if you're just simply honestly describing the situation. And only drama, only people that want to see drama love conflict. Guy who knows what he wants, only if it's what the United States say you're allowed to want. Even if you're the biggest drug dealer in the world, the biggest whatever, right? They know that going to jail is a part of what you accepted in those circumstances if you don't know how to navigate that situation. Because who said what drugs are illegal? Who said what is a drug? Who said, oh, the United States? So here we go again. Instead of taking the energy and taking back the nation, because no matter if the drugs are quote illegal or not, there's still going to be people making the drugs. There's still going to be people using the drugs. And the only person that's making money and control off of it is the United States corporation. Women want a good listener. Yeah, so they can continue the programming cycle. Look at the music industry. The artist gets big. What do? They sign another artist underneath of them, right? Why? Because you have to continue the cycle. Again, the salesman is out in the field selling you on the fucking concept. Get naughty. Okay, everybody knows that that's important in a relationship. A man who considers his woman equal, we just discussed that. You can't be equal. You can't be in love if you're United States and an American because something's going to clash. So it's not equal. Intelligence. Intelligence, how? See, you got small intelligence, which is just saying, hey, normative social influence. Monkey see, monkey do. Can you see it done? Can you do it? Can you fit in with society? That's basic shit, right? But once you start to say, hey, wait a minute, this shit don't make sense. Do you have the intelligence to remove yourself? Or do you practice insanity and keep going back in because your little DNA sends signals to your brain saying, we want to be social, we want to be liked, we want to be accepted, and all the other emotions that you think you have control over, but you don't, because if you did, you wouldn't continue the insanity. Good health. See, most people forget that mental health and emotional awareness is part of good health. You are very ill if you are a United States citizen that has had information and opportunities presented to you like this, and you continue to be in that mindset. The famous quote was, I could have freed a lot more slaves if only they knew they were a slave. Desire for home and or children, yes, because that's leverage, that's power, that's control. In the woman's mind over the man in the US citizenship mentality, because she's backed not by you and trust for you, but she's backed by the government, the United States corporation. You thought she had 7 kids because she liked you. No, the 7 kids is her insurance policy that you're gonna do what the fuck she say ultimately, despite how much you complain to your boys about it. Because your mind ain't strong enough to overcome that shit. Ability to admit mistakes. The mistake was Yeah. So that's the problem with the shit. Now, if you with a woman and y'all can't sit down together and watch this video, she hiding something from you. If y'all can't sit there and talk about each one of these things we went over from that aspect, something ain't right. If y'all can't sit down and say, you know what, if we don't do nothing to make the nation a nation again, then we're supporting being overthrown and invaded, which makes us the enemy. If y'all can't agree on that and take action, then one of y'all spy, or both of y'all. Pasha Paroh Y Net 7. Thank you for tuning.